Officer-involved shooting has left one man dead and 2 police officers off duty. Richmond's police chief says that man pointed a handgun toward the officers and didn't follow commands to drop his weapon. This happened on Garber Street just before 11 last night. This entire ordeal under investigation. Currently on your side at 6, Desiree Montilla joining us now with the latest. Desiree?
Well, Kurt, this morning, Richmond Police Chief Gerald Smith says officers Richard Redford and Shannon McGarva are on administrative leave for the next 48 hours as the department looks into what led up to this officer-involved shooting.
They were starting to put crime tape up, and we saw a body laying in our neighbor's front yard.
Sirens and police cars were in front of Tracy Ford's home on Garber Street just before 11 o'clock on Sunday night, following an officer-involved shooting.
It had to have been at least 4, 5, maybe 6 shots.
As with all officer-involved shooting incidents, the department is conducting a thorough investigation. That investigation is ongoing at this time.
On Monday morning, Richmond Police Chief Gerald Smith discussed what led up to this. Chief Smith says officers Richard Redford and Shannon McGarva responded to a call for an armed person on someone's porch.
The officers came from the 3rd precinct. It took them about 20 minutes to get there. This individual stayed on the porch the entire time.
Once the officers got to the scene, Chief Smith says the man made aggressive action towards them.
He pointed a gun at the officers. The officers gave repeated commands for him to drop the weapon, drop the weapon. He did not. And that's when the officers fired their firearm.
The man was shot and taken to the hospital where he later died. Those 2 officers are on administrative leave for the next 48 hours as police continue to review body cam footage and security cameras around the neighborhood.
As well as just canvassing the area and the homes around there to see what other video and what other statements that we can find out about the subject, as well as, looking into his past.
Chief Smith believes this man attempted to fire his weapon. He adds investigators will take a closer look at the loaded handgun to see if there was a misfire.
That could be described that way, but until it goes to our crime lab and that is examined, we're going to hold off to say whether or not if it was a misfire or not.
Chief Smith says they're still trying to determine the connection between the man and homeowner and why the person was on the front porch to begin with.
But we have no idea right now exactly what his actions were, but we do know that his aggression went up upon the officer's arrival.
Now, Richmond Police Chief Gerald Smith also adds that the last officer-involved shooting in Richmond happened back on New Year's Eve in 2020, and they're looking for as much information as possible in this case. So if you know anything, you can call Crime Stoppers at 804-780-1000. For now, we're live and on your side in Richmond this evening. Desiree Montilla, NBC 12 News.
Desi, thanks. And that